Hi, my name is Roel Smelt and I want to explain in minutes how Getting Things Done works. Getting Things Done was, the name was coined by David Allen, and he had a whole principle set to explain how we can do task management. Yeah, to start with, an overloaded inbox is not working at all. We all know that. It gets it not motivated, we stop thinking about it, we grab another cup of coffee and we hope it gets solved by itself. Well, it will not. We have to do something about it. So, what is important and what gets you motivated to do all the things you have to do? You need a short and relevant task list. It's very important, a short and relevant task list. What is short? Well, if I'm looking at 4 to 10 tasks, I think, well, I can do that. Let's try and work on it right now. If I see 30 tasks or 100 tasks, well, never mind. Relevant task. Look, there are many things on my task list I can do, but they're not relevant for the specific context or time that I'm in. What do I mean by context? Well, some tasks are just errands. I have to do some shopping, so they are only relevant when I'm in the city and can buy stuff. I do not want to see them when I'm in my office. There I only want to see the tasks that I can do in my office. That's what context. Very important to keep your list short. And another thing, time. I only want to see the tasks that I can do today. Some things I only can do on a Sunday. Some things I only can do in a week from now. Some things I only can do when I'm on holiday, like scuba diving. Time. Today is important. Okay, how do we get this working? This is the overview of the whole process. Make sure that everything you have to do, all your tasks, all your things, all your stuff, goes into an inbox. That can be your computer, somewhere in a folder, a list, whatever you like. It can be in paper. Doesn't matter. Have everything in your inbox, get everything off your mind. Then, once or twice a day, yes, once or twice a day, you hear me correctly, you look at the whole list and you think, okay, what is this task? Or what is this stuff? Is it actionable? Well, in many cases, not all the tasks are actionable at all. They are just things that I have written down, a reminder or something. Some of them you just can eliminate, you can trash them. They're not needed to archive or anything. The next thing, and that are the files, you can just reference it. It's something like a manual you have written down or something else that you want to archive for future references. Put them there. Then you have the things, well, it's not an action now, but it can become relevant in the future. That's the someday maybe list. We incubate those tasks. It can be something like, okay, I want to go to the moon, I want to become a space traveler. Very nice, put it on your someday maybe list. It will become relevant one day, but not now. That's that. The other tasks you have are all actionable tasks. Well, there's one side step. There can be a more complex task that you have to split up in subtasks. Well, do that, because then it becomes actionable again. If you say, well, I want to fly to the moon, that's not an action in itself, but if you split it up in multi-step, it will become actionable. So, then you go to your whole list of actions, and then you ask on top of your list, okay, what is the next action? And then you ask yourself, can I do this in 2 minutes? Well, if you can do it in 2 minutes, do it now. Very important, if it's more than 2 minutes, don't do it now, because then you can mix up more relevant and important tasks with tasks that are not so relevant. Then you can have another section, that's the delegated task. It's an action, but I won't do it, somebody else will do it. Split that task in a request to the other person, so you put it here on the waiting for list, and for yourself you make it a follow-up task. That means, well, I have asked this person to do something for me. He will do his stuff and I will follow him up, let's say in 3 days, give him a phone call, hey, how are you doing? 2 tasks, we split it up. Then we come to our real action lists. And here we split it up, what we said before, in calendar, what is really relevant for today. Then we split it up to context, we split it up in delegated, and we split it up in critical next action tasks. When we have given all these flags to every task, then we get a list that we can really work on today. So this is what you do. This is the daily process. Maybe you do it once or twice a day. You go through your inbox and you make sure that everything is sorted out. If you've done that, you can go to execute mode. Everything is in the system. You can rely on it. Now you go only, here it's in the bottom. You go to you start maybe with your list, your critical list for today. There are only a couple of tasks, can be only 3 or 4 tasks, and you will work on it in the early morning, you're still fresh, get them out of your system, the critical tasks are done. Then the next list you can look at is maybe your next action list. Yeah, you have a long list of tasks, but you look for every project on the next thing you can do for it. Another way of looking at your list is context. Maybe you're sitting in your car, you can only do phone calls. Well, you look to the context, phone calls, and you only see those 3 to 5 things you can do, just phoning. So you have here a few sets you can look at, and they are relevant for that specific time and context. Very important, it gets you motivated. Then it's good to do a daily review of your task. You just go through your list and you think of, okay, this is planned for today, but it's still relevant for today. Maybe yesterday I thought I should give somebody a phone call, and maybe now I just only want to give him an email. You change a little bit the system to make it more accurate, so you really can rely on the list you're looking at. Then you have something like a weekly review. Very important, otherwise it gets stuffed, old material gets in there. So you go through your someday maybe list. I want to go to the moon, I want to be a space traveler. Maybe someday in your weekly review you say, well, it becomes relevant now, and you turn it into actions. So if you do all those things, daily cleanup of your inbox, you do your daily reviews and your weekly reviews, you get all the time action lists that you really can work on and you're motivated on. This is what is getting things done, explained in minutes.